What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today we're going to do some more unboxing. Going to unbox some more Motu Origins. Got quite a few to unbox. Trying to decide which ones to do. But I'm going to go back to some of my earliest ones. Shirt kind of fits the today's theme, going back in time a little bit to Wave 4. I'm going to unbox one of my favorite characters of the whole Motu line. He's not my favorite. Scareglow is my favorite. I'm a sucker for anything that glows in the dark. But this guy and Faker is one of my two favorites. They're right there neck and neck battling for favorite character. It's Ninjor. And we're also going to unbox regular old Horde leader Hordak. So, let's get to it. Let's do Hordak first. Let's sit this guy off to the side for just a second. We'll get to Hordak. Now, if you've been collecting this line, and I know I've said this before, but if you have been collecting this line, you know that they put the Easter eggs on the back of the cards to show you some characters that we're going to get in the future. Well, I was looking at this, of course, I've seen them all before, and I know kind of who we've seen on the backs of these cards, but I was looking at this and I was thinking, man, that's a lot of them on this Hordak card, and there's some on there that we're just now seeing or we haven't even seen yet. And so on the back, as you can see, you got Modulok right there. We haven't even seen that guy yet. Hopefully he's going to come out pretty soon. I'd have to say he's coming out as a deluxe figure. Almost have to for that one. And then we've got over here, we've got Montana, which we're just now seeing that in Wave 9. Well, some people are seeing that. I haven't seen it in my part of the country yet, but seeing Montana. You got Leech right up here, which I just unboxed him in my last video, but he's kind of with Wave 9. So we're just now seeing him. And then we've got a Grizzlor here. Mattel exclusive, just came out. And then we've got a couple Horde troopers back up in here, if you can see them right up in there. It's another part of Wave, what are they, Wave 8 Horde troopers. And then, I don't remember if this came out before or after, but of course they've got you the Castle Grayskull right there too, so that's a lot of stuff right here on the back of this one card. And I didn't realize that there was that much on this one figure here. So, but with the front, Masters of the Universe, looks just like all the rest of them. Got the name, Hordak, Ruthless Leader of the Evil Horde. And then it shows all the figures of that line. Now, like I said, I've already done Triclops. We're going to do Ninjor, Hordak today. Stratos is coming up. So yeah, there's that. Let's get to it. Let's let this guy out. So you get the comic, you got your instructions. Just kind of tells you what comes off, what's kind of interchangeable with these figures, the head, the arms, the waist, and right around shin, ankle. I'd say it's the shin, it's not the ankle. But then we've got the comic for this wave, Sneak Attack. It's got Ninjor on the front. And as with all of them, you get one card, or one comic per wave, so you get the same comic in each of the 4 figures. There's that. And I did notice when I was holding both of these two in my hands, Hordak is a little bit heavier than Ninjor. He's kind of a little bit heavier than the average figure. Let's get the package of accessories out of there. And surgical tools out here. Cut these bands off of him. Let's see if that's all of them. Yeah. So he had one band around his waist, and then he had one going around both feet. And you got the cape right here, kind of in. It's going through the little slot. Just pulls right out of there. And then you got to get these little rubber bands out of all of his joints, elbows, ankles. Get that garbage out of here. Put this back over here for now. We'll go ahead and we'll open up the accessories first. That's a little baggy, just one little piece of tape holding it in there. And you got his bow. Looks just like the all the Evil Horde bows where you got Grizzlord. We had Leech, both had bows. Hordak does as well. Everything's the exact same, except his is white. Bow just pushes back, locks in like that. All right, and then we've got his little forearm shield with the Horde emblem, I would say, on it. So just goes right here on his arm. And it's got the strap that comes around. If I can do this while I'm holding it up. The strap just goes around and goes right into this little notch right there to keep it on. So let's see if I can do that. Let's see how easy it is to just snap in place. But if you're gonna put it on his black cuff right here of his glove, it doesn't seem to want to stay all that well. You can just snap it into place. Hold on here. Maybe I don't have it in there far enough. There we go. Let's try that. Push it in a little bit further. Okay, yeah, that fits a little bit better. So if you put it on the very end of his glove cuff right here, before it gets to his arm, you can slide it on, push it all the way up to the back of his glove like that, and it'll just kind of, it'll stay. You can shake it, and it doesn't just kind of roll around his arm. So we'll take that off for now. We'll check him out. He's an Origin, so he's got all the articulation. He's got, bending at the ankles, twist at the shin, bends at the knees, got the hip, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and head. And I do like his cape. I don't know how I feel about the material on the cape, which I get it. The vintage had actual cloth. These probably made to last longer. Won't tear up as easy. And they're just kind of made into the figure so they don't even come off. Which, like I said, depends on how you look at it. Could be good, could be, not your preference, but I like it. It's pretty good. I like the idea of the longevity. Now Now you can take his body armor off. As you can see, let's raise his arm up right here. You can see the little tab right here to unsnap it. Got one on each side. It'll come right off. I don't really want to take it off right now because I don't know how hard it's going to be to get back on. So I'm going to look at him, kind of check him out and give you my opinion while he's got it on. And then after we're done with that, we might take it off. So, looks pretty good. Well, it looks really good. It looks really good. Don't look just pretty good. It's a Motu figure, so it's looking awesome. Take his head off, and I would have thought his head or his face would be a little bit more whiter. It's kind of got a yellowish, not yellow, it's kind of like it's an off-white, maybe more of a cream color, I guess. I would have thought it would have been a little bit more white, because this is pretty almost like bleach white. And then you've got the difference in his face and the bow. So it's a little bit off-white. I don't know how else to put it. But that's all right. Just kind of noticing differences on the vintage figure. So, but yeah, we got Hordak here. If you're, like I said, if you're a collector of this line, no real surprises here. There is no surprises in the articulation, no surprises in these figures. But how I remember Hordak being versus what we get today, and it's very similar. I like the detail on the Horde symbol, and just like Grizzlor, if you've seen my Grizzlor video, he had the boots, the Horde symbol on both boots, and they were very detailed. More detailed than the vintage version. And we got the same with Hordak. It's more detailed than the vintage version. But the Horde symbol on his chest is not as detailed as the vintage. And it looks good. The paint is very good. It's just the skull is not as detailed, and on this you can kind of see where like the wing, the fingers of the wing, it's kind of a little bit of bleed through. You can almost see the black from his body armor coming through the red. So I get it, you're gonna have that. I'm not complaining about it, but didn't have it on the vintage. Face features, the detail, the teeth are pretty good. I like that. That's let's see if I can get it. See if I can get it to where you can see it. The teeth are very, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's actually teeth that ridges and cut into the sculpt of the face. So it's pretty good. I like it. So let's get everything on him. Got the cape. The thing I guess I don't like really about the cape is that it doesn't really bend at all. I mean, it'll bend, but there's really nothing to it. It's just I don't know, it almost feels like it's a mixture between rubber and plastic. If you can hear that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, the cape is not my preference. And the emblem on the body armor is not as detailed as I would like. But other than that, it's a great figure. It's Hordak. He's pretty cool, being one of the cool bad guys. But there he is with his what would you even call that? Your arm guard and your bow. And I've got the vintage figure right here. So as you can see the difference in the cape, this one's kind of the hard plasticky rubber. This one is actual, I thought it was more of a cloth, but it's not. It's kind of like a cheap leather, thin, cheap leather material looking. Mine's got some wear on it, that's for sure. But this guy's almost as old as I am, so don't we all have some wear? The bow is the same. The new one's a little bit brighter. This one has, again, it's got some age, so it's not quite as bright as it used to be. I've been told that myself. You got, let's take this off and you can see it. The boots. I think my Hordak needs a little cleaned up here, but you got the boots. The difference in the paint, where this one's kind of faded, but the detail is there. The plate, the body armor on vintage Hordak is much more detailed as far as the skull goes, and it doesn't have the bleed through on the wings, and the teeth are not actual cut molded into the sculpt. They are just like painted on. So again, I don't know if you can see it real well, but it's just painted on, which for back in the time was great, you know. And this is still a great figure, great character. But you know, Mattel just kind of brought him into the nowadays. And did a few little upgrades, but kept him as original as possible, and I think they did a great job on that, as they have with all of these figures in this line. So that's Hordak, another good figure. Again, like I said, let's move on to Ninjor. Let's move these guys over so we can get some room here. Ninjor, again, going back, looking at the little Easter eggs on the back. We've got Clamp Champ, who came out not too long after Ninjor. I don't know what line Clamp Champ was in. Wave 4, Wave 5, somewhere around in that area. And then we also have King Randor here, which is supposed to be coming out in Wave 10. I've seen still shots of it in package. Of course, I haven't seen it in my area yet. I'm still waiting on Wave 9, so I don't expect to see him anytime soon, but hopefully some of you out there and wherever you're at and what part of the country or world you're in, you can find King Randor pretty soon. But I'm just ready to open this guy up and check him out. So let's do it. I was just reading the top of the card here. Ninjor uses uncanny stealth abilities to spy on and surprise attack the heroes of Eternia. So he's the bad guy, just kind of waiting in the wings, jumping out from behind the bush. Let's see what Hordak said. Hordak says, Hordak vows vengeance as he marches his evil horde into battle to conquer all of Eternia. He had to wait in line. Skeletor's been doing that for years. So let's get this Ninjor out of here. Once again, you got the comic, same one as Hordak, sneak attack. You got the instructions here, shows what you can take off and what you can't. All the shaded areas are where he comes apart. Let's get rid of that. Accessory pack just comes right out of the out from under the little bands, and he's got, looks like 2 bands, same as Hordak, going from elbow to elbow, and then one going from ankle to ankle. Get those cut, and we'll find out if that's all of them or if there's any hidden in there we can't see. that was it. So get all this stuff taken off of him. All right, we got that. Feels good to get this one out of the package because I've been waiting for a while to take him out. So now the one thing I'm just going to say right off the bat before I even get the accessories out of the package is one of the things that make the vintage figure one of my favorites, I think, is the soft goods. He had the cloth shirt, if you want to call it that, and the mask, whereas this one has the hard, the plastic. Okay. Just going to talk about it. But let's get this out of here first. Let's get these accessories out of here. What do we got? Where's the tape at? There it is. This one's a little bit tougher to get open. Oh, they like to do that. They like to surprise us with the tape on the accessories. All right. Got that open now. Let's see. Well, I thought I did. There we go. After you fight the tape for a little while, it's always the toughest battle. Get that one here. All right. Ninjor comes with his sword. He comes with a little crossbow, bow and arrow. I guess it's not a crossbow, but a little bow and arrow type. Yeah, it could be a crossbow. It's got some sights on it there. It ain't got the handle, but you know what I mean. And then you've got the nunchucks, which, as I was opening it, I noticed that it is all plastic. The chain is plastic, and that's okay. I thought maybe they'd just kind of be hard plastic that was just stuck like that. Maybe it's that he could hold it, but it does actually twirl and spin. All right, nice. I'm kind of surprised by the nunchucks. I like that. Now the figure, again, articulation is all the same: wrist, elbow, shoulders, head, shin, ankle, knee, hip. Pop him off at the waist. He's got the turns. The only thing that I don't dislike it, but I'm kind of disappointed about this line, is that with the old figures, almost all of them, you bring them back and they had that like spring action where they'd kind of come back. These do not. You turn them and they stay. Let's see. Because I got the vintage Ninja right here. You spin him around, he snaps back. And almost all of the old vintage figures did that, but these new Origins do not. So that's about the only disappointment I really had in this whole line so far. But Ninja looks great. The paint on this guy is, from what I can tell and what I can see, is awesome. Right down to his eyebrows and his eyes, which is about all you can see. But I do like the emblem on his chest. It's got a dragon with the sword on it. And I thought he was in the package, I thought this was like a permanent, this little body cover, whatever, is permanent, but you can take it off. Let's just snap that arm off real quick. Accidentally snap it off, and you can see right here you got the little tabs on both sides that it will come off. Well, let's go ahead and take this one off. See how hard it is to get this off of here. It's not hard at all to take this off. Might have to pop his head off of here to get it off, but and then before you know it, you got a figure that's kind of looks like a lot of the figure nowadays. Missing parts, but it comes off, and this is a lot softer plastic than I thought it would be. You know, it's really pliable and bendable, so that's pretty cool. I like that. And these locking tabs right here are really soft and bendable. You almost have to be careful not to break them if you're going to take this off. So you want to be careful with that. But they will snap right back in and come right off. It just takes a little bit of care to get them off there. And underneath the body garb is just nothing. It's just a plain Jane figure underneath there. So let's lock these things back in. See how easy they are to get back in. Yeah, very easy. Just a little push and they go. Well, the first one went right in with a little push. The second one. Doesn't really take more convincing. You just kind of have to make sure this body part is kind of more molded to the body. If it's off a little bit, it'll be a little bit tougher to get this back in there. But I think I got it. Make sure everything's right and good. It is. Let's get his arm back on there. And then after you get his garb on, you can pop that head right back on. Now his mask does not come off. It is permanent. But it does look like the mask. It's got the little point coming back here. And I do like how this body cover has the tails, the tie coming off there. And again, I like these nunchucks. It's a good job, Mattel. Good job. You don't need me to tell you that, I'm sure, but I'm impressed with the nunchucks. So let's see, let's get all these things together here. Let's set him up just like the vintage one here is. You get two closed fists with this guy. Well, not really closed fists, but they're able to hold weapons here. So let's put this in this hand. And then let's put some nunchucks in this hand. All right. So there we go. And then we can put and I did forget to mention that the back has the holder. It's got a little holder right here and a little holder right here. I'm assuming that this one would be for the bow, and the one down here, the smaller one, would be for, you could put either a nunchuck in there, or you can put the handle of the sword or blade of the sword, either one in there to hold, so he can hold two weapons on his back while he's got one. So if you wanted to hold both nunchucks, you could put the other two weapons back here. Yeah, there he goes. Ninjor. One of my personal favorites. Let me know what you think about old Ninjor and Hordak in the comments. Is he one of your favorites? Did you not like him? Did you ever have him? Want him but never got him? Got him, didn't want him? Let me know. So yeah, he's a little back heavy. He won't stand up very easy right now while he's got all the weapons on him. But this is the vintage. Looks like my... Pardon me for just a second while I get this guy straightened up. He come to the show and he wasn't dressed properly yet, so just need to tie this around the backside here and he'll be good to go. He's a mess. He's a mess. But anyway, as you can see, the vintage figure, his mask is removable. It's the soft goods. That's why I like him. He had the 2 pieces of soft goods, and then you got, let's get this sword out of his hand so you can see it. You got the same emblem on his shirt there. It's just a little bit bigger, and it looks kind of like a sticker that was just pressed on there. But like I said, it's all removable. That's why you see a lot of them these days without. But yeah, you got color. This one's a little bit darker red. This one's a little bit more lighter. And then of course, with this being actual soft goods and this is being kind of a plasticky, this one's a little bit more light. Or maybe it just looks lighter because the light's reflecting off of it, but it's not as a dark black as the vintage. But let's compare these nunchucks. But you got the old school nunchucks right here with the actual chain between them. It's a thin metal chain, but it's nonetheless, it's a metal chain. And these things are very, very hard to find now. So if you see a Ninja with nunchucks, you might want to snatch that one up because it's tough. It's a tough find. So these things here, the vintage ones actually kind of flip around, spin just like real nunchucks, whereas these kind of have the little plastic, you know. So, but I get it. You can't really put a metal chain on toys these days, or figures, whatever you want to call them. I call them figures. So yeah, so I get it, but I think Mattel did the best with what they had and what they could, and I have no complaints, really, no complaints with this Ninja, other than maybe I wish the soft goods were actually soft goods rather than the hard plastic. But other than that, again, no complaints. Thank you, Mattel, for another good figure, keeping it as real and as original as you can. And that's why I love this line so much. I've never gotten really into the classics or the other versions of He-Man. It's always either been vintage or origins, and that's really it for me. I know everybody has their own taste and their own preferences, but for me it's vintage and origins. I mean, maybe I might dabble in the Masterverse here before too long, but as of right now, I have not. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this one. So we got one last show of Ninja, Hordak. Finally glad to be able to take these guys out of the package and put them up to display. Kind of show them off a little bit. Because that's what us boys like to do. We like to show our stuff off. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. Hit that subscribe button. It's just a free way to help support the channel, help me grow. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content. Leave a comment if you've got these, you want these, you're looking for them. What your thoughts are on them. So, thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.